child of the 70s and 80s, nothing struck fear into my soul more than these two sounds. I was terrified at what would happen in the event of a nuclear bomb. Hi, Liberty's Teeth here, and welcome to the Tin Hat Ranch channel. In this series, I hope to arm you with the necessary knowledge to survive a nuclear event. How many Americans would know what to do when the intense flash of an exploding nuclear weapon lit up the sky? How many would needlessly perish for lack of knowledge? Would you know what to do? To avoid an untimely end in a nuclear scenario, you are going to have to do three things. Avoid the blast, avoid the heat, and avoid the radiation. The purpose of this series is to give you a fighting chance in doing just that. Through a little bit of knowledge and a little preparation, you can live through this scenario, and with a little bit of luck, you can come through unscathed. The first minutes of a nuclear event are going to give you the information necessary to make decisions that can greatly increase your chances of survival. You are going to have to train yourself to think and react if you ever see the flash. If you train yourself to think and react, you are going to be able to make a very educated guess as to the distance from the ground zero, the size of the bomb, the origin of the bomb, yes, I did say the origin of the bomb, and the probability as to whether this is a single event or you can expect more. When the flash happens, you will know what is going on. I believe most of us will just instinctively know what type of event has just taken place. If you ever see a flash that is so bright it drowns out the daytime sun, know that you are instantly going to have to do two things. Head for cover and start counting. Or look at your watch. Don't look in the general direction of the flash. It will temporarily blind you and may permanently blind you as well. If you are home, head for the basement. If you don't have a basement, head for an interior room, a hallway, or a bathroom, but stay away from glass. Treat it almost like an impending hurricane or tornado. Now, I told you to look at the second hand of your watch or start counting. Here is the reason. You're going to have to note how long the intense flash lasts. This is probably going to give you more information than anything you are going to hear on the radio afterwards if it still works. Here's why. The length of the intense flash will give you an approximate yield of the bomb. For instance, if the flash is brief, say a few seconds, the bomb will have had a small yield. A flash of 1 to 3 seconds would indicate that the bomb was 20 kilotons or less, or about the size of the bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. If the flash is closer to 7 to 10 seconds, the yield is about 250 kilotons, or the size of a Russian MIRV warhead. If the flash lasts 20 seconds, we are now in the megaton range. 30 seconds, we are in the multi-megaton range, and I wouldn't expect it to last more than 45 seconds. Why in the hell would you want to know the yield of the bomb? It's simple. Knowing the yield of the bomb is going to give you the information necessary to plan your survival. It will allow you to make a very educated guess on the origin of the bomb and the likelihood of another bomb, information on the fallout, and will affect your decision on whether you need to dig in or evacuate. We'll talk about this more later. But what do I mean? If the bomb is smaller, a 1 to 3 second flash, you can garner that the bomb originated as either a terrorist nuke or maybe a North Korean or Iranian ICBM. As of 2013, they don't have the technology to make a bigger bomb. In fact, the North Koreans probably don't have a delivery vehicle that can reach all of the continental United States, and the Iranians don't even have a bomb. The Russians probably wouldn't send a bomb that small over anyway. You can deduce that the likelihood of another bomb exploding might be very low, and that this is a single event. Now, if the flash was around 10 seconds, you can almost guess that the bomb originated from a Russian submarine-launched ballistic missile or an ICBM. My best guess is that if you see a flash that lasts around 10 seconds, you are going to see multiple bombs exploding in your area. The thought behind this is that the Russian SLBMs and ICBMs carry what are called MIRVs, or multiple independent reentry vehicles. or multiple nuclear bombs, to make it simple. If the flash is 20 to 45 seconds, I'd suspect the Chinese, as their ICBMs carry single or MIRV warheads in the multi-megaton range. While these are at best educated guesses, they are good ones. Knowing this information will affect what you do and how you react. We'll go into much more detail in this on the Surviving Nuclear Decisions video. Also, knowing the yield of the bomb is going to help in your decision on how to react to the fallout. We'll cover this in great detail in another video, Surviving Nuclear Fallout. Obviously, a very small terrorist or North Korean nuke is going to have less of an impact than a 5-megaton Chinese bomb. The next thing I'm going to ask you to do is something you can do right now. Know the distance from your home to the nearest likely target to the nearest mile. Know the distance from your place of work to the nearest likely target. In fact, know the distance to any place you might spend a significant amount of time. While you might not have the luck to be in one of these places when a bomb goes off, the probability of you being at work or at home are the greatest. Thus, you increase the probability that you will survive. In nuclear war, like a few things, we can't be ready for everything. When I say likely targets, I mean the center of a city, military base, oil refinery, military manufacturing facility, power plant. I think you get the picture. We need to know the distance for a few reasons. First, it will give you an approximate guess as to how long after the flash the blast will arrive. It will tell you how long you have to wait under cover until you can move on to phase 2 of surviving a nuclear weapon. Most importantly, it will tell you the approximate distance from you to the bomb. Here's a table which I call flash to bang that will give you the approximate time it will take the shockwave to arrive and the bang. Conversely, if your target guess was wrong, it will tell you how far away the bomb actually exploded. You will know by the mushroom cloud, the direction, and with a map and a compass you can almost pinpoint ground zero. There is a caveat to this table though. The larger the bomb, the less time it will take for the blast to reach you. This is because in the first instance of the explosion, the fireball is expanding faster than the speed of sound. This can take 5 to 10 seconds off of this table in very high yield weapons. The last thing I'm going to suggest is that when you watch the weather, you pay attention not only to whether it will be warm or cold, rain or snow, but pay attention to the wind speed and direction. Knowing this will aid you in making future decisions. I'd even suggest putting a small windsock in your backyard. So, to recap, when you see the flash, start counting. Look at your watch as you take cover. Don't look at the flash. Wait under cover until you hear the bang and then wait another minute for the blast wave to pass over. Note the duration of the intense period of the flash. Note the time from the flash to the bang. This brings us to the end of the first part of Surviving Nuclear, the first minutes. Please subscribe to the Tin Hat Ranch channel so you can be notified of the rest of the series when it is released. Thanks for watching. Now I still have an additional sidebar to this video that is more of a commentary if you wish to hear it. The video series is designed to mostly help folks that are away from ground zero, out of the big cities. Overall, surviving a nuclear bomb is not the demon the media makes it out to be, unless you live in a big city or very, very close to a target. If you live in a big city, this information is probably not going to help you much. I would never recommend living in a big city for about 1,000 different reasons. But if you do, if you live close enough to ground zero, you're probably not going to have much time to react to anything. You'll see a flash, and a few seconds later, you'll be hit by the blast wave. Even if you survive the blast, your chances of making it out of the center of a big city are very low. If I had to pick a minimum safe distance to a nuclear weapon, I wouldn't be any closer to a 20 kiloton weapon than, say, 15 miles, even further for big ones. And I'm sorry, it's just the facts. Again, subscribe to the Tin Hat Ranch channel, and thanks for watching.